Hey, what's up guys, my name is Droid and welcome back to another episode of building Helms Deep in Lego. We're on episode 6 guys. This one is pretty exciting, a lot of progress has been done. You know, a panel has been actually finished this time. I've got a whole new army to show you guys. I do want to make this a little bit more quick because I do have a lot of footage, and also I just wanted to mention that I'm actually going to be at Scareback in Denmark the next weekend, so there won't be an episode next weekend either. But a lot of exciting stuff to come. And also guys, you might have noticed, but I actually have a new microphone, which is right here, on my shirt. It really helps out, with the audio, instead of just picking it up on my phone right there, which is about 1.5 meters away from me. Right now it's right here, so the audio will have an improvement in future videos as well. So I hope you guys like these upgrades. Before we get into any of the progress, I would really appreciate if you left a like on the video, commented on the video, and subscribed as well. Always appreciate all of the support you guys have shown so far, and thank you guys so much for watching every episode and staying till the end of the episode as well. So without further ado, let's get into the first haul. And here we have a pretty good cool haul. This was from the USA actually, and I bought all of these nougat hands. These were not all for me, but I split them with friends, then we split the cost of the shipping. But I got about, I think, 75 sets for the figures here, and here you can see all of the pep torsos I have, and some bear knights as well. And as you can also see, they all have yellow hands, which is not gonna work for me. I need nougat hands on these. So I actually found a technique on Instagram, on some reels from some minifigure reseller, and he was using a fork to remove the hands, which is actually pretty smart, and I will show that in a bit. But here I'm just showing the torso, and let's see how this actually works. And it actually was very quick, and it didn't hurt the fingers at all. Such a faster experience, and had to do this for all the figures. And then I just gave all of them the heads and the hands, and just instantly it looks so cool. You're seeing all of these olive green torsos are just perfect for these figures. Here I am actually showing some progress of the mock, showing the river. I finally finished all of that snot work in the dark tan. It's a lot of puzzling, but it definitely is worth it within the small indent in the water. And here I'm showing actually how I use the grid, the lighting grid, and how I grid out those and plan out those wires. And this little technique is pretty cool, how it goes through the foot into the snot break, and then with the quarter circle tile it has enough spacing for there for the wire to be there, and then it just goes all under those brown studs, which I just have a bunch of. There's from Pick a Brick, and seeing all these torches flicker is just so satisfying to me, and having the seamless transition with the wire. Here I'm adding some patches, some olive green patches, and this is really cool. This is a little panel that's removable to access the lights, and then I can actually pull the whole thing off. So if you want to replace the batteries, which will mainly be used for if I go to a convention or something. But I'm just using AAA, I think AA batteries and AAA batteries. I think that's just the easiest way. Here I am actually showing you guys how I'm getting the most progress done. I really, at this point, it was a night where I just wanted to finish everything. And here it is guys, I fully finished the middle panel. As you guys can see, this is a pretty big chunk of the whole mock. So I'm super happy that I actually fully detailed all of this, and I can now show you guys this in detail. So as you can see, there's not a lot of figures on it. These are the figures that are tethered to the mock with the torches. And if you're wondering, how do I turn these torches on? So you actually go over here, you pull this this plant up, got a little switch over there. We switch it on, and that makes all of the torches go on. And I also am able to actually remove this whole panel if I just do this like that. I broke a little bit of it, but that's how I replace the batteries. And then I just put it like that, and then have the super satisfying panel that goes in right there. So the river is definitely the highlight of this whole panel. It just looks so cool, having the slight indent in there. I'll just show you guys that. I still need to update this little creek side, but that's not a priority right now. Priority is going forward going through the to the wall. And I actually really want to show you guys this because it's a very small detail which is very easily overlooked. But I'll actually show you guys how there's a slight incline to the river, and it's very hard to see, but let me just zoom in. But it actually has a small incline, and I think that's just makes it a lot more realistic. And I think that's really cool to just have that, make sense how the water would go down. And as you can see, I also added some mushrooms in there just to add a little bit more color to this. This panel and all these other panels are still empty. This is groundwork. It takes so long. It took me weeks to finish this because it's just so much trying out. It doesn't look good. Okay, let me remove it. And something that also gets overlooked is how all of the snot techniques that I had to use for this river too. It looks kind of simple, but as you guys can see, there's like headlight bricks. There's a bunch of brackets, like here there's brackets over here, just a bunch of like half a plate differences, which makes it way harder. So for example, if I can show you guys, so this panel just goes off. This one just lays in freely, but there's a bunch of ones that also are just stuck in there. And there's a lot of techniques, and actually I do kind of enjoy doing that. It's like a little bit of a puzzle. You kind of have to it's a very good training for my snot techniques, because I'm not really too versatile with all the snot techniques, but it really helps out doing some practice with that. So next thing I'll do is actually put on a bunch of urukai on this and actually give you guys a look at a fully finished part of the mock. And here it is, guys, all of the urukai on the panel, and this is kind of a bad view of it, so will show you guys the front of it in just a bit. That's another of these advantages, having these panels. I can just pick them up and take them where I want to go. But I think I changed the density of all of these urukai a little bit. Last episode it was a lot more open, but I do want to know what you guys think of this density of figures. So first, before I actually turn it around, I want to switch off the lights so you can see all the torches. So let's do that right now. There we go. We have such a different vibe. Obviously it's always different on camera compared to real life. But that's something that's just always the case. So so this looks so cool. I can't wait to have this whole battlefield just like this. So let me just switch around the panel and give you guys a better look. And here it is from the front, and it's actually such a different look. I have actually never looked at it from the front, and seeing this is just so cool. Like, look at all the detail, all of the helmets, all of the figures. I think this looks so cool, so can't wait to actually, eventually when this mock is done, make all the pictures and edit them, make them look like the movie. I think that looks just so cool, and I think this density is a lot better than what we had in previous episode. I'm kind of a bit sad about it because I do lose a lot of the detail that I put in the groundwork. Is kind of lost. Or actually want to know what you guys' opinion are. Do you think it still shines through, or do I think I actually can just simplify my groundwork a bit so it's not that as time consuming as it is? Because obviously this whole landscape is gonna be filled with figures, just like it is in the movie and the books. So I'm really interested in what you guys actually think, and I always appreciate you guys' opinions on the videos and on the progress. It always actually helps me out. Like just the river, for example, like that was a suggestion by a friend of mine, and I actually do really like it, and I think that really improves the mock a lot. So you guys can actually help me with this mock. So you can also see that this space is all open. This is because something I want to do for the next episode, which is having the Rohirrim horses already on here, and see how that would look when they actually attack it from the side. But let me turn on the lights right now and give you guys a better look in the dark. And here it is in the dark. I think this is such a cool view. I do think there needs to be like moonlight in this. I try to do it a little bit with this blue light. This is the lowest I can do, but actually if I use this cold white that I'm using as my light, and then I change the blue up on Photoshop or Lightroom, it really looks like a straight out of movie, since there's a very blue kind of filter to it in the not in the mock, but in the actual movie. There's a very prominent blue tint that you see. So this is so cool. I just love the reflections of the fire. It looks so cool. Guess I should give you some more top angles. And I think this is just gonna look so insane. I can't wait to actually start on the walls as well. The walls are definitely gonna require a lot of detailing. I do think those will really shine if they have a lot of detail. And with detail, I don't really mean like a bunch of masonry bricks, but I just mean like very snot techniques and texturing and stuff like that. And because that won't really be covered other than the ladders. But tell me what you guys think of this look. I think this is gonna be so cool. Like seeing that reflection on the helmet is so cool to me. So that's it for the Uruk-hai parts. And here it is, guys, all of the Rohirrim squatted up on this base plate, and I can't tell you how happy I am by having this many figures. Obviously I kept buying figures and I had a number, I knew I had this amount and this amount of this torso, this amount of this head and whatever, but I never really put them all on the base plates, and this gives me really a lot of hope for having these figures in the mock. I'll just go from the front, I guess, but I'm just showing you around. But some of these are just the normal ones from the set, like we have over here. But then, for example, I actually did show some examples in my first episode of these Rohirrim knights and what kind of combinations I could make. So for example, these are picket brick parts. So we have the Viking's torso, helmet, and then we have just the cheapest head on picket brick as well. These shields are from picket brick as well, and the capes are from Capes for minifigures that are located in the UK. That's just the cheapest way to get capes, especially in dark green. Then also Katakama turned it up the other side, then it looks like a battle skirt, I guess. And I gave them this wood tile, just gives it a very nice contrast for a Rohirrim knight. It's definitely the cheapest way to do it. But for example, we have some other ones as well. Let me just take one. For example, here we have a same outfit except with the Rohirrim helmet, this custom spear, because this spear is super expensive. And then I actually used the Thor Love and Thunder stickers for the shields, and they actually came in really nicely. I guess they're more Viking shields, but Rohirrim are very much based on Vikings. So then we have some other ones as well. For example, I'm using these Bear Knights torsos as well, since I have a bunch of them, so I might as well use them. They kind of fit in. It would be dumb of me to not use them. Just to create this massive amount of figures, I need get every part that I can possibly can use. I'll probably use. So here we have another picket brick helmet actually. This one is definitely my least favorite one, but it is actually accurate. Some of these soldiers wear these, very looky, very, top part helmets, I guess. And this is an archer. A lot of the Rohirrim from Rohan, they are archers on, on the horses. I think mainly, like half of them will be on horses and half will be on the actual keep. Obviously, I do have a handful of the, just the normal archers, but I do have capes coming in, so all of these will have capes. Also kamas, and for the rest, I think I am pretty much done with this army. I don't think I need to get, that many more. One totally random segue from this part is I actually got my official Haldir. I did upgrade him a bit. I gave him the Neil Elven sword from the Rivendell set. Then I gave him a more flexible cape, so the hair could go over easily. And then I actually gave him the new head, the new hair. It's not that I think this one is better, but this one is just more accurate. He does have the strands of hair to the side, just like in the movie. Back to Rohan. I'm so happy to have all these on the base plate, but just wait for next episode when I'll have them on the horses. I think I have like more than 30 horses, so this is gonna look so cool. They will all be storming from this side into the Uruk-hai. So tell me what you guys think of these custom purist and some custom elements as well, Rohirrim knights. Really interested in what you guys think. I am personally super happy with this. Let me give you guys one more spin of the the whole army, just to give you guys an idea of how many figures these are. I'm just such a fan of actually you know, army building like this. And the thing is, this army will not be 2 ways, because you know, in the future I will do a massive Minas Tirith mock, and these you know turn up there as well, so all on horses. So none of this is a waste to me. I love doing this and I love Lord of the Rings. So thank you guys so much for watching episode 6, guys. I really appreciate you always, you know, sticking to till the end of the video. I always really appreciate that. So if you got any feedback or any comments you want to make, you know, leave them down below. I always try to respond to all of them. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.